Greetings, this is Frosty Thundertrot, and welcome back to Farmer Simulator 22. It's about time that I start making some money here. The old bank account's getting kinda slim. The more eagle-eyed may notice some slight differences. I had a save game problem, so I had to go and recreate myself back to this position. After browsing around looking for work, I actually ended up doing something entirely different. I found a farmer that was looking for somebody to tear down a couple old silos that he had so he could replace the silos in this area with these old silos with modern grain bins. I cut a deal with him and I paid $5,000 a piece to get two of them tore down and moved over to my land. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with them, but this type of silo is becoming rather extinct, so I was kind of happy to save these two. Who knows, I might find some use for them at some point, but either way, I think they make a nice aesthetic. But I really do need to make some income now. This whole process of tearing down, moving the silos, and re-erecting them on my land took about a month. But in the process, the contractor that did the work for me made some modifications to them. So typically a silo can only hold one type of a crop, but he put some dividers in these so they can actually hold multiple different types of crops. So that'll actually be kind of handy at some point, I think. But now it's November. I'm down to like $15,000. I really need to make some money. So let's go to the whole local Craigslist and see what's available. I'd hope there'd be some hauling jobs, since that is something I'm eminently qualified to do, but all this is like farming tasks, which, that's kind of reason why I retired here, is to get into farming. But at the same time, I'm not really qualified to do most of this. Well, cultivating, it can't be that much different. What just happened? I guess somebody else took that job. So, let's see here. Plowing. Where is field 6? Alright, it is right there. It's really close to the dealership. Alright, I'll go ahead and shouldn't be all that different. Yeah, it really shouldn't be that too difficult. I think I can manage to figure out how to do this. Watch a couple YouTube videos, and maybe a little Cola Corn Star might be helpful, or some Grant Herbert. Alright. So, let's head over to the equipment dealer and pick up the equipment that I leased for this. Alright. Park back here out of the way. So, guess I'll approach this like a pre-trip from my truck. Don't see any puddles on the ground. Tires look, front tires. Kick the tires. I don't see anything out of place here. Not that I really know all that well, but these tires are inflated. Good. Check the oil. Good. Fluids look good. Alright, now let's take a look at my cultivator here. Well, it's not my cultivator, but the one I'm going to use. Back when I went to truck driving school over there in New Buffalo, Michigan, they always used to tell me no missing or damaged parts, does not leak. So I don't see where there's anything that where there's a mounting position that's missing. Don't see nothing broken. I don't see nothing dripping on the ground. So I guess it's good. Alright. This articulated steering feels weird. I've never driven an articulated vehicle before. Alright. Fortunately, my field's just right over there on the other side of the river, so let's check for clearance and try to get over there. Oh, fuck! I hope nobody saw that. Alright. Let's see here. Now, according to the manual, you push this button to unfold it. I'm not even quite sure how big this thing is, so. Alright. So. Oh man, backing up a trailer with a, and that's technically not a trailer, but essentially it works the same, with an articulated vehicle is even weirder. No? Alright. I believe I got it set now. Let's go take a look. Yep, that appears to be correct. Alright. So now push this button to lower it. Alright. Let's ease into the power and see how it goes. Alright, we're off. How's that look back there? Alright, well, I can definitely see the effect that it's having. Alright. Don't want to go into the neighbor's field over there because he's still got a crop in there. I think if it was no crop, I'd probably go ahead and risk just driving over there. Some people get very territorial, but usually most people don't mind as long as you don't do any damage. Get myself straightened out here. Okay, straighten out. Lower it down. And here we go. We're going? Yes, we're going. Alright. Still a bit on edge here because this is some very expensive, very unfamiliar technology, or equipment I'm using anyway. I don't even know what this monitor thing over here is supposed to do. I'm sure if I actually knew how to use it, this might be easier, but for the time being, I'm just going to stick to what I can figure out here on my own. Maybe if I can ever buy one of these for myself, I'll get somebody to come out and teach me how to use it. There. This is my first job, so I want to do a good job. Alright. Ooh. That was close. Alright. Raise up the cultivator. Let's get turned here. This is so different from backing up a trailer on a semi-truck. Yeah, that's right. It's more like backing up a set of dual tandem trailers. You know, where you gotta try to steer the very rearmost trailer and it pivots on your center on the dolly between the two trailers. Just take it easy here. Alright. There we go. Might have to come back and clean that up a little bit. Alright. Check traffic here. It's clear. Someone go ahead and pull out into the road. Alright. get out of the road just in time. Alright, let's get myself turned. What I'm thinking is if I just go around the outside edge like this gives me more room to maneuver around inside the field, so maybe I can make the follow-up turn some quicker. Plus, of course, all my pulls are going to be shorter since I'm making the field shorter in every direction every time I do this. Alright. Wiggle on back there, that's right. Okay, no, this way. There we go. I think that's it. Lower it down. So easy to oversteer this, I got to not do that. Right. This kind of feels like I'm going sideways. There we go. Come on, there we go. Alright. So now, oh, missed a little strip right there. Let's see if I can get that right now. Alright. Okay, let's see if I can just double back here. Alright, cleared the tree. Ooh, that was close. Got a little tippy here. I gotta be careful about how fast I go on these turns, apparently. Alright. That looks about right. Let's drop it down. Oh. Stay on course. There we go. Yeah. Once you get settled in, it's not so bad. It's just getting the initial set point right. There we go. Just small, easy adjustments here. Back up here. There we go. I was really wishing I had better internet service over here at the trailer. You know, my cell, I get like 2 bars of cell signal. I'm using, a 4G hotspot right now because there's no 5G service in this area. And I keep hearing, the state and the feds, even county, talking about, improving broadband availability. The county says they're forming a task force to study the issue for the next year. So I'm like, what good is it going to do to, to study the issue for a year? I mean, that means that you get at least another year of this kind of piss poor internet service, and then after a year they'll come up with some plan to fix it, maybe, or just say, it's not that bad, which is entirely possible. And then if they do decide to do something about it, how many years is that going to take? Yeah, so right now, I'm looking at getting myself Starlink. It's back ordered like crazy here, so I'd have to get the Starlink RV, which, as I understand, has pretty good down speed, but its upload is pretty bad, like 5 megabytes a second. And I'm still kind of dubious about satellite ping. Remember back in the day, I used to have HughesNet, and while it was better than dial-up, it was just so bad to play on when you had like 1,000 ping. And I really wish, because they keep talking about the post office here is having financial problems because all the post keeps getting sent by email, and I wish they kind of combined the two. I mean, the government keeps giving out money to provide universal, broadband access, which doesn't actually seem to be producing universal broadband access. But there's actually no constitutional authority for the government to do that. However, Article 2 of the Constitution gives the government the ability to create a post office and postal roads. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the definition of a postal road is the way that the post travels. So if the post is traveling by email, that would make internet lines a postal road. So instead of, giving out money to Comcast or Verizon, maybe they should give the money to the post office and let the post office build internet service, turn every address into an email address. And then they can sell, access to their wires to, the ISPs. That would be great because it would decentralize the network. And anybody could buy, say if you liked Verizon service, you could get your Verizon service, run through the post office wires. Or for that matter, you could get Comcast or Charter or whoever you wanted. Actually, I think it would probably be a pop-up of a lot of independent ICPs again. I remember when I was very young back in the 90s, most of these little towns actually had their own little internet service providers, but they've all gone out of business, and most of them just got bought by the big ones. Some of them just, went belly up themselves. And then, to fund this, instead of, relying on money from the government, they could, the post office already makes most of their money through junk mail, so they can do the same through a spam. So if somebody wants to, pay for, email advertising to a certain zip code, the post office would be perfectly positioned to do that, so that, you check your mail and there's an advertisement. You check your email and there's an advertisement from your local restaurant instead of, a big chain restaurant. No, I got this all messed up. Let me try this again. Here we go. Straighten out, straighten out. Come on. I thought I was getting the hang of it, but now I'm messing it up. I guess I'm getting too. Alright. Easy, easy. Now, come on. Let me just pull forward and get myself set, and then maybe. Now, come on. Don't stop oversteering. Stop oversteering. Alright. Now back. Easy. Oh, no, no, don't do that. Stay over here, stay over here, stay over here. Okay, good. Alright. Oh, come on. Easy there. So, anyway, I guess to make that work, everybody would have to get like a certain amount of, of a free internet service. Like I'd say probably less than 1 megabit a second. That way people would still want to upgrade, but, it'd be enough that, you could go check your email if you wanted to. Probably enough that kids could do their schoolwork on it. You wouldn't really be able to stream or anything, which I think would be fair. I mean, because you could go read at that, you could read sites, but I don't think you'd want to watch videos on it. Definitely wouldn't want to upload anything serious. Oh, for that matter, they could also offer a service where, if you want to send Grandma a letter, you send it as an email, and then the post office can convert it to, like, they can print it out and deliver it as snail mail to Grandma and Grandpa who don't have a computer and don't want a computer. And by the same token, if Grandma and Grandpa want to send you a letter, they can write it out by hand and then have the post office scan it and deliver it to you as an email. That's actually not a bad idea if I don't say so myself. Maybe I should run for office. I think that once they found out some of the stuff that I've done in truck stops over the years, I'd probably get ran out of office on a rail. Getting pretty close to being done here. Although I think I'm going to have to go back and clean this up. Okay. Turn tight. I don't know if I should pick up when I do this turn or if it's okay leaving it down. Seemed to have worked fine just leaving it down. Alright. Probably best if I do. That way I don't mess up and forget to drop it down. The fewer things you try to do at once, the better your results are usually. Jobs seem to take longer as you get closer to the end. Okay. Alright, start my turn. Oh, no, I'm oversteering again. Stop that. Stop oversteering. Take it easy. Okay. Probably nice, juicy, fresh worms being turned up by this cultivator for all those birds to peck at. Alright, start my turn. This is my last pass right here. Alright, that's my last pass. Let's clean up some of this areas that I might have missed here. There's some right here. Alright, the customer says it ain't worth the time or fuel to keep going getting all these little areas here. I did a good enough job for somebody that's never done this before, so he says he's happy with it. Let's get this tractor and cultivator returned to the equipment shop. Alrighty. Cross this bridge quick like before more traffic comes. Alright. Yeah, $3,300. Well, they wasted no time getting that inside the building get cleaned up because they probably got somebody else waiting to take it. Alright. Definitely not as much money as I would have made, for the same time out here out on the road, but kind of tired of sleeping in a fiberglass box bolted to a diesel engine. So let's head on home, and it's nice, not even quite noon yet, so. I hate the word Michigander. Just as I lived in Michigan most of my life, and growing up, the only times I ever heard that were from tourists out of state or politicians running for state office. People would say they're Michigan residents, but I never really ever heard anybody call themselves a Michigander. Alright, time to kick up the heels. Maybe I'll go play Farming Simulator 22 for the rest of the evening. Alright, thank you very much for watching.